Hello everyone, Mary from Energy Girl here with a video to balance your wood element. This also helps you release anger and frustration and also brings in more assertiveness and more kindness, especially kindness to yourself. So the wood element, there's 5 elements in the traditional Chinese medicine modality, right? So you've got wood, fire, earth, water, and metal. So the wood element contains the gallbladder and the liver meridians, meridians being energy highways that flow through the body. And just like our highways that we drive on, energy highways can get congested, traffic energy can become blocked. So it's important to keep the meridians open, but that's a whole separate set of videos. But the liver and gallbladder they also sort of are assigned or deal with certain emotions. And the emotions of the wood element, or the liver and gallbladder, the negative ones anyway, are anger and frustration. So when somebody has a wood imbalance, it often manifests as too much anger or frustration. And it's often common, right, with our reactive mode that we're living in today. And then not so much kindness to ourselves. I mean, right, self-care is not high on people's lists. Or people, sometimes assertiveness, if it's too assertive, that shows up in the wood as well as being an imbalance. So when you think about kindness to self and anger, there was somebody that said once to me that depression is actually anger turned inward. I had to think about that and just let that process. But depression is anger turned inward. So another reason to keep the wood energy in balance, help keep depression at bay, keep that kindness to self involved, assertive, anger and frustration out. Okay, so in the way of the energy world, gallbladder and liver also, in addition to their respective organs, govern things like the ligaments and tendons, eyes. Liver energy goes straight to the eyes. Gallbladder sort of is associated with migraines, TMJ, right? So it's not just the respective organs in the energy world. So if you have any of those problems, it's important to do these exercises to keep this element and these organs in balance. So this reminds me too of a quote. I think it was just a general Buddhist monk. I don't remember a specific name that said this, but being angry at someone is like drinking poison and expecting someone else to die. I know. So being angry at someone is like drinking poison yourself and expecting someone else to die. Now I mention this because the first exercise we're going to get into is called expelling the venom. Otherwise known as, we can get rid of this poison that we just drank, right? The anger, the frustration that we have. So here we go, expelling the venom. Woo! Feet about shoulder width apart. I'm going to show you briefly how to do it, and then we'll do it in correct speed, let's just say that. So you want to think of your source, whether it's your partner, spouse, child, parent, boss, the news, war, cancer, whatever it is you want that's making you mad or frustrated, squeeze it in your fists, right in front of you, squeeze. Tensed arms, muscles tensed, squeeze. You're going to bring your hands up. As we're bringing the hands down really fast, we're opening it up as if we're throwing it into the garbage, into the ground to be recycled, getting it out of our bodies. The shush sound, which is just S-H-H-H-H-H, very loudly, resonates with the element and those emotions. So it's not as if I'm just making that up. There is a connection. So here we go. We're going to do the exercise, which is making your fists. Think about your stressor as if you're squeezing the life out of it. Hands up. Second time. Number 3. 4th Fourth one in slow motion. And then we're going to zip up as if we're keeping everything out, not letting it back in, just zipping up the midline of our body. Okay. 2 little tweaks that you can make to that exercise. One of them is, instead of the shush, if it feels better for you to scream out the person's name, scream out, Steven, my boss, cancer, whatever it is, you want to do that with each movement, go for it. If you need 15, 17, 48 shushes before you feel like it's gone, go for it. You can shush as many times as you like. Just make sure the last one is in slow motion and that you do the zip up after. Now, this Expelling the Venom is also a standalone video on my YouTube channel, so that you don't have to go through this whole video to get to it. It's such an important exercise that I subscribe to my clients all the time, so I did want to do a standalone for this. Okay, the next exercise we're going to deal with our neurolymphatics. So the neurolymphatics are part of the lymph system of our body, helping clear toxins out and helps energize the system. So the neurolymphatics for the liver are underneath the right breast, pretty much from the midline of our body all the way over to the side. And what you're doing is you're just massaging, rubbing along that line, right along where that liver is in our physical anatomy. Happens to correspond to the lymphatics. That's that. Unlike the gallbladder being near the liver, but the gallbladder lymphatics are, if you got your chest bone or your sternum that runs right here, the neurolymphatics for the gallbladder are right on the side of it, right on the outside of that breastbone, and you're just going to massage, put a little pressure in there and rub them. Any soreness with any of these points indicates congestion and that they really need to be worked. But this is just one of the little energy systems we're going to work with here to help balance the wood. The next system is the neurovascular points. Now the neurovasculars are points on the head that again connect into the energies of the organs and some glands and energy systems. So for the wood element itself, we're going to put our thumbs to our temples and the fingers to the forehead. We're going to do the energy breath, which is in through the nose and out through the mouth. If you want to think about your source of anger, frustration while you're doing this, go for it. You can't overdose on any of these things, so if something feels good, do it. 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Again, hold that as long as feels good. The last energy system we're going to touch on are source points, which are connected to the meridians, which we sort of discussed earlier. Source points are master points on those meridians. And when you're working with the source points, there's the certain point that shoots energy directly to the organs. It's a way to balance the organ and the meridian, but it's also a great way to shoot energy to it. So if you have gallbladder or liver issues, give those organs some extra love and just just work on those source points for a while. I'm going to move the table in here closer because the liver and gallbladder source points happen to both be on the feet. I've got my little glow-in-the-dark stickers here showing you where the source points are, and there's a whole source point video, separate, standalone, for you to learn about all of them. But for this video, for the wood, the glow-in-the-dark yellow ones here are the liver. You're looking at the inside of the great toe, up about maybe 1.5 inches. Google liver 3, you'll see that where the acupressure point is. and you just hold. And again, maybe a minute. You can hold longer, but not necessary. A minute tells the meridian, what you're looking for it to do, and, give those liver cells, liver energy, a little extra boost. And then the gallbladder 40, is actually over here with these orange stickers. They are from the fourth toe all the way up to where your foot ends and your ankle starts, right? So where you bend your ankle. So hold those points. You can hold, again, a minute or so each point to bring in your gallbladder, or you can hold all 4 points if you're coordinated enough and can balance, and just do all 4 points for a minute or two. Certainly less time to do it that way. And you're bringing, again, balance into the wood element, the respective organs, decreasing anger, frustration, increasing assertiveness, kindness, helping alleviate some depression, helping to alleviate some of that poison, get rid of that poison. Lastly, we're going to do is a hookup. Now the hookup is part of the daily routine. The daily routine being a standalone video, 5-minute routine. Feel free to check it out. Balance all sorts of energies. But the hookup, middle fingers, one in the belly button, the other one at the third eye, or in between the eyebrows, and we're going to push in a little bit and lift up. So while you do your energy breath, in through the nose and out through the mouth, I'll share a little bit more with this. So the hookup helps to keep the corrections that we've just made. It does a lot more, but for this purpose, why we're doing it in this video is for that reason. There's a video or hookup extra strength video that I have on my channel, which talks a lot more about this, as well as shows you some different versions of hookups, other different versions. And speaking of the daily routine, if any of you follow the daily routine and do it, there's 4 taps in that routine, and I'm going to show you a quick 5th tap. So the 5th tap is just wherever your hands fall to the side of your body. Just tap wherever that is on the outside of your thighs. That's going to be a gallbladder meridian. Just to incorporate that into your daily routine to help lessen frustration and anger, situations that normally would make you irritated. You're keeping all this in balance, your reaction's going to be a lot less. There's also a 5-minute balancer exercise on my channel, which it's the head holds for all 5 elements, I should say. So it's a great way to keep all 5 in check with just the neurovascular points. By all means, if you want to learn more about wood, I have a wood element blog on my website, link below. I also have water and metal blogs and videos out already with the fire and earth coming. So as always, I am appreciative of everybody. Thanks for watching, and likes, comments, subscribes, greatly appreciated as well. Thanks everyone. Take care.